Alright, Cupcake. I can't wait to see you, babe.
Alright, sweetheart. Bye.
Bye. Yes, damn. If there's one thing I have cared about since I was born, it will be finding this queen of mine. Because I believe that true love still exists. Oh, and I plan on loving her in my own unique way. Yeah. Oh, she's here. Also, God's word says, whoever finds something deserving of care should take good care of whatever it is that they have discovered. Yes. Oh, babe, how are you doing? Oh, you're coming right. You want to get something now? Let me take this from you. I'm happy to inform you that ever since I met her, I have adored that without limit. Yes. In fact, I have gone so far as to explore our potential through our segment. Hey babe, that's for you. Yeah. Distinguished members, distant trees please.
So I studied chemistry. Oh, sorry. They said I studied chemistry. I think that's the better word. So they said I studied chemistry, and now I'm a social media manager, graphic designer, content creator, and all of that. So how did I transition into? That? You know, when you're growing up now, they ask you what you want to be in future. I don't know if you guys answer that question. Say you want to be a doctor, you want to be a nurse. Me, I don't have anything I wanted to be. I didn't have anything. I really was clueless. Like, you know, right from when I was younger. So, jam. So my mom wanted me to study pharmacy. So my mom is this, she wants her children to do medicine, nursing, pharmacy, she did nurse, all those sing, yes, so she wanted me to study pharmacy, and I didn't have anything to do before with my life. I was fine, I didn't have a problem with it. But when I did jam and my head did not collect pharmacy, what will I do? I think I had like 160 and 170 to do pharmacy. Can you imagine? And I think I applied to Ilorin, University of Ilorin, and it didn't work. So I was not bothered anyway because I don't know what to do. But I really wanted to leave the house. So I needed to be admitted into a school for a particular course. Let me leave the house. So I was at this lesson, and okay, so they advised that I think OU then was accepting people for like if we have 170. Some schools were accepting like lower scores and all. So I decided to apply to OU, same pharmacy, but obviously I didn't know they can even give me. I wasn't bothered. So they gave me chemistry, or I was offered chemistry, and I just wanted to do this and I accepted it. I didn't even know what was ahead of me, but then I accepted it. So I got this one. I struggled a lot. Like it was a lot of struggling, like because my head didn't carry it. That's the word. My head did not carry anything. So by 200 level, prior to entering school, I didn't really have a relationship with God. Right? So entering school, I felt like by 200 level, I was already thinking of purpose. You know, where I think what do you want to do with your life and everything. And I just realized I was a very creative person. Right, so one day in class, I think that was my 300 level, right? One day in class, this guy was, designing on his phone. Not this app that this design. I think Canva is the in thing now, Canva, Figma, and all those. But there's this logo pit. Michelle, see how people say Michelle is the best. Michelle too not. Michelle is always paying for everything, and I think that's one thing I like about her. She's this kind of friend that invests. Like she invests in you, like really. So I think logo kits. This guy was selling logo, so I got interested. Like, oh, what's this? And I asked for the app, downloaded it, and overnight, like while I was in school, I would just, wake up. It's not. I don't even know how to explain. I don't even know what just drew my attention to the whole thing or what caught my interest. But I'll just stay up. Like at night, I'll be doing my rubbish design. Because once I see that, if I'm looking at those designs, I'll be like, oh, it can't be me. It can't be me. I'll just stay up, through, and I'll just, do my rubbish. I was just interested, and I realized I was great in it, right? So, I was an executive in my fellowship, and I said to sometimes step in, do rubbish design for them, and all that. And by my final year, I realized that okay, looks like this is it. But I was not yet sure that this was the end thing. And then I realized that's no, you want to have an extra year. But anyway, God in infinite mercy ensured I didn't have an extra year. So I left school, I went to serve. it was at that point where I was serving. See, trust me, when you are leaving school and then you realize that use the abuse today, your head will open. Somehow you just and nobody will tell you. You just want to do something. It might not be the right thing, but really you just want to do something. I think it was then it dawned on me that okay, what do you want to do with your life? Chemistry, if they collect me in any I don't know what they used to do in their life. If they collect me, that industry is gonna blow. Because I'm not joking, I don't even know what chemistry is. I'm not joking. People think I'm joking, I'm not joking. I don't even know I can't remember what chemistry is because I was really not into it. I graduated with third class, yeah, so I didn't care. So when I went to save, I realized that you really need to do something. I said, okay, let me take this, design thing seriously. I was just making those 500, 1K, 1, 2, 1, 5, 2K kind of thing. And by the time I was done serving, I came home. I went from a family where there's no mother and father somewhere that is going to continue paying your bills, right? So I realized that you finish school now, you have siblings. I'm the first child. I have siblings that will come and ask you activity. So you guys know there's a language, but at home, maybe not from your language now, but Ireti was what I grew up with. Activity, I need this, and there's no how. There's like she said, you want to be able to put your hand inside your pocket and be able to give, not just be stranded in the house. There are times when mom does not really have anything and you want to be able to support, right? So you don't know me that you cannot just sit down. And it just happened to be that when I finished serving in February 2020. I think we finished serving in February. I think we were the same, but I finished before you were finished. Batch C, I was in batch A.
I was in batch B.
So I finished February and COVID happened that year. And okay, that actually gave me a lot of time to think that okay, what do I want to do? And then I decided to take Bolaji. I don't even know the social media of that.
Yeah.
She actually trained me. And I took a course there and I'm like, okay, what can I do alongside graphic design? Okay, social media manager, I was interested. Even though right now I'm kind of focusing basically on design and all. I decided to take the course and I started putting myself out there. Till today, I've not applied for any job. And I think God listens when we speak. To be honest, God listens. Because even right from when I was in school, I always said I didn't want to do a 9 to 5. I always said it. Because I don't have strength. To be honest, as Michelle, I said it's the same thing. If I go out after many hours, this whole thing, my leg walk, my head will be aching me. I think can you I'm not from soft life. I just knew myself. I knew I could not handle that amount of pressure. So I just told God I didn't want the 9 to 5. And another thing is, I told God I wanted to have time to raise my kids. I wanted to be able to control my time. I wanted to be able to say, I wanted to say, I'm not going out today. I want to wake up. I have to wake up with level 8 hours. Me, my pain. Now my 8 hours sleep is gonna be complete. So I wanted to be able to control my own time. That's what it was really a serious burden and desire. And God answered. That's why I said speak. God listens. Right? So I've not applied for any job. The first interview I've ever had in my life, right? An interview. I've not attended any physical interview. Yeah. The first one I think was even with Rimo's sister, if I remember. I don't even know if it's a sister or something. And I'm sure I was saying rubbish because I'm not used to interviews. How God does it, He just does it. Just being relational with people, putting yourself out there. And so what inspires me? What I do, right? It's intertwined with my purpose and all of that. So purpose inspires me to, and the fact that I cannot be broke. My name is on my birth certificate, is it birth certificate, Jerry? You see Komolafe Ireti Olamide Comfort. So while growing up, they called me Ireti Komolafe. But I think my grandma gave me Olamide. And one day I woke up while in school, I'm like, no, I wanted to take that name and own it. And Olamide means my wealth has come, right? And trust me, I'm owning it. I wanted to own that name, and that's why you see me say my name is Wealth. So I cannot be bearing wealth and I'll be
can never be broke.
Yeah. No, it can't be. It can't be. I just knew that things have to be different. Right. I know, I think she was always saying it, you don't want to follow patterns. You know the family you are coming from. I knew that I didn't want to raise children the way I was raised. I wanted to enjoy a level of exposure. I don't like pizza today, not because I don't like it, because I wasn't exposed to it. I don't eat shawarma. There are so many things I don't eat. If I start mentioning things I don't eat, you'll be like, I don't go. Don't like this app. But because I wasn't exposed to them, if I was, right now, thank God for my husband that is child. I know it's not done before, but because my husband does, be like, okay, you will not die, just try it. So I don't want my children to grow up not being exposed. I was saying more, I don't know, I was in a live session where I was saying, we went to the mall and I saw a child, he wanted to open the door to the mall and he was scared. He felt like he didn't belong to that. Like, my type is not. I was like, what if I enter and break their door? He even removed the slippers. Like, he sent a message to me. His exposure, he felt like he didn't belong. Like, I can't be here. It's not my type. That is. And even when they were trying to force him to enter inside there, he was still doing. And also, I don't want my children to grow up that way. I want them to be comfortable. I want them to enjoy life. There's money and I will enjoy it. I'm sorry. You see this money. They say that whoever says there's no money in Nigeria, that person is lying. Yeah. But there's money and I will enjoy it to the fullest. Right. Oh, every man, I'll come be charging phone in Blanc. I'm not worried about relocating, because relocation is not the end for me. I want to be able to go there, charge my phone, come back, have dinner in Paris, have lunch. That's the goal. You know, to be, and for me as a lady, I don't want to use the word dependent, but I want to be able to say, I want to buy this thing for myself. It's my money. I want to spoil my husband. So that's what I will do. It's not fun.
Okay, so I'm a fashion designer. Like, wear me more couture, official London tailor.
Come on! Big part. Be like, one and only. Did you see what I say?
Yes, I made your contact dress and the reception dress.
Come on.
As in, I had to pin that dress on my page because it was just too beautiful. Yeah.
I'm the person that was wearing it.
Yeah. Like, we finished work on it. So, how did I start wearing more? What inspired me? Okay.
What school?
Oh, I went to Taishla University, computer science.
You know you're the list of
This is not real.
Yeah. Computer science. Okay. So after school, I actually worked in a bank, GTB, and then don't mind them. And then at some point, I was working. Then I went to serve. Yes. After serving, I was working as an IT developer in one brand like that. But I was not fulfilled. Like, that job, they were paying me well, I know. And I was like irreplaceable because I was multitasking. Now me, they do receptionist. Now me go do website. Now me go do customer service. Now me go.
Bank.
No, not bank. I think after I left the bank where I was working, it was a startup, so I was multitasking, and not like I was tired of multitasking, but I just felt like I didn't fit into that place. But how did I start learning more? Before I got into school at all, holiday waiting for admission. In my church now, they just announced saying there's this free training on how to sew, 3-month training, blah blah blah. I said, make I just go now. Let me just go, even sewing for myself. The second day, I started cutting skirts. My boss was like, come, this girl. And it was free, I don't pay a dime. Like, come, have you learned how to sew before? I said, no, because it was like a proper fashion school. So we had a timetable. Day 1, we did how to cut skirts. So we're supposed to go home, read. The next day, we'll now do the practical. But with the theory part, I just started. I used my hand to sew it and I wore it I wore it the next day. Sharp, but the zip was so much, but I wore it. Like, have you learned how to sew before? I said, no. My boss had to tell me, he's a Daystar member, for you to know that he knows word. He had to say, please, can you swear that you have not learned this thing? I said, I swear, I have not learned it before. They left me. Second day, I made top. Third day, I made simple straight gown. Everything they teach us that day, I must finish. Even if it's 2 midnight, I'll finish it. And then the advanced class, we were teaching them how to make suits. And they just left me now ignorantly. Like, I was just in the class, she was still in beginners class. They now gave them a project to make suits. Before you know it, I made suits with them. That was my boss now. There's something wrong. So practically, I used 1 month to learn how to sew.
Wow.
After that 1 month, I became my personal assistant. I became the personal assistant. Like, if you have to deliver to Lekki, to anywhere now, to his customers, I'm the one that will go and deliver the clothes, do adjustments, because we have this mobile machine, do adjustments. So I was not really always in class. So just the little knowledge I was able to capture in that 1 month, 2 months was what helped me. Then I got admission, I went to school. So I didn't know the in-depth of fashion designing. On my own, I saved money in 100 level to buy my machine, and I started sewing from my room. From there, I was not even taking it serious in school. 400 level, after doing project, you go broke now. That was when I started being serious a little. Also for my friends, so that I can have more money in my project and personal things. Then after school, people just every time I sew, people are always saying you sew so well. Like, there's something different about how I sew. I've never gone to anybody to learn how to make corset or anything. I don't really. Wow. Everything I know today, I try to, maybe I read online or check videos. I don't really go out to learn it properly, physically. I just look at the picture and I'm like, okay, I think I can do this. And then I cut. I don't even do practice. I just cut your clothes. Wow. You know?
So she just cut our clothes.
I just cut it. The first corset I did in my life was Michelle's introduction gown. That's the first concert I did. Yes, she just came to me. Emma, I want this time when I said, "Hey, Emma, if you embarrassment me, you want to finish me? I've not done this before." I just watched the video and then I just started doing it, and then I just cut it and I just joined it, and then the thing was just give me my fine. The kind of boldness I have to try new things is just out of this world. So what made me started it was because I just felt people, when I see people sew clothes, I'm like, how would somebody sew this clothes for you? I used to go and meet people sometimes that who made your clothes. Like, it's so painful to see some people sew and they're like, what's this? There's one lady, let me not say in my church, but I said it already. In my church, she, for her registry, when I saw her dress, I was like,
and I'm here.
I cannot wear this into the junction to buy something. I have to go and meet her personally. That, please, do you have the wedding? Go. Is it the same tailor? Can I sew it for you? And she believed in me, and the dress was excellent. Like, she loved it, and now she has become a tailor. So the need to satisfy people, make them look good, excellent. Like, there's just something about me and seeing someone dress well. Like, if you dress and one shoulder is bent like this, man, it affects me like a lot. And I feel like this brand is more of the training side, although I've not started that part. Like, giving back. I felt like if I had not learned how to sew that year, what will I be doing now? Like, will I feel this fulfilled? Will I have a meaning? Let's even say I don't. Yes, I didn't even pay for. Do you know how many people are out there that you can also change their life if you just give them a chance to this opportunity? So me, I can teach people for free. I like it. Come to me. All my students, let me just say, I've been teaching for free, but we are monetizing it. So the financial part is more of customers making clothes, but the training part has been more of teaching people freely.
Okay, joy will come for you.
Yes, and I know God will send the resources to us.
Okay, so I'm Lovett, and I not love it, right? So I not love it. I graduated from Thai University of Education. Come on! Hey, come on now! I work as an executive assistant with a prominent CEO in Lagos, and I love what I do so much. You know, I've always wanted to belong in that class, and how I found myself there is so amazing. You know, so I love it. And I have a side also. I have a brand. It's called Miss Emerald, and it's a fashion. Why am I saying fashion anyways? Yes, like I create looks that befit your personality. Yeah. So, and I also create looks for events and for occasions and all that. So that's what I do. That's what Miss Emerald is about. So it's a unisex styling brand. So that's it. What else do I do?
What inspired you? So what inspired you to?
Calm down.
Change their seats.
As the news get. Change that.
You're undermining my
Okay, sorry.
If you start,
Alright, so.
what
Okay.
inspired you to? What did you study in school again?
Educational management.
So what inspired you to?
Study educational management.
No, your business. Whatever you're doing right now. What inspired you?
yes. Okay, so it's a passion. It's an inborn thing for me.
There's no distractions.
It's an inborn thing for me. I've always loved to look good and help people look good too. I found that some people don't. It's not their fault. They want to look good, but they don't know how to. And they actually tempt or they have understood looking good as inexpensive. So one day I rose up from my bed and I felt that this thing you have to start a brand. The and those that are not yet there. To help them, looking good is not about wearing expensive things only. It is, but you can also be in your zone, in your wealth. So that was what passion. Let's because by the time you start seeing Miss Emerald, I do it for UNICEF. In fact, one of the persons that push myself out is my aunt. I'm serious. Then I'll go to his wardrobe. It was I love styling. His wardrobe would style for fellowship. I'll see it then. It was style for Sunday service, weekly services, and classes. So I was able to explore. And how did I get the name Miss Emerald? I got it from God. I remember that day we were in the fellowship, really, and I asked God, I don't want something common, because so I had written names down. A lot of people were like, what's happening? This name are not really. Do you understand? Like if you're Lua consultancy, if you're Lua styling, Love styling, and Kede consultancy. So I do want that. I want something that will be locally accepted and internationally accepted. So my name is Yemisi. So imagine I knelt down in the fellowship. I was praying, and Holy Spirit brought a scenario, brought my name Yemisi, and removed Wahi. I was still praying, and gave me Missy Emerald. In fact, when I received the name, I didn't even know what Emerald was. I didn't know what it meant. Then I started researching on what it meant, and I said that it was something very, what do you call it? Precious. That's the word. Something very precious. So that's how the name came by Missy Emerald. So apart from styling people, I do personal shopping, wardrobe change, market runs, bridal styling as well. If you want to change your wardrobe and you don't know what to wear, what to do, or I also do one-on-one consultation if you want to know how to really dress well and people accept you anywhere you are. I would help you. So I have classes I'm doing at the moment for personal consultation, right? And trust me, every time this lady drops a bomb, like a feedback, I used to cry. I see me. I've changed. God has helped me to change her life. You know what I'm saying? So particularly, you don't have to wear a lot of things. Trust me. The way I am and what I'm wearing is even up to 5-star Sonara. We're not going to say it outside, but I know what fits me. I know the bright cloth to wear up and the lower what fits my body. I mastered it, and I make sure that is exactly what I have in my wardrobe. If I go to the market and see something that I love but it's not what fits me, I will not buy it, because I know exactly it takes the shopping stress off you. You don't want to shop for nonsense. You know what to shop. I know the necklines that fit me. I know the sleeves that fit me. I know the pants that fit me. So I don't waste money. That's what I help you do. I help you to save your money, save your stress. Particularly for bridals. I love bridals because many persons think that bridal styling is a joke, like it's simple. It's like the way you just go to your wardrobe and pick. It's a lie. It's not simple. It's important you hire a stylist on your wedding. Why? Because they help you to combine the styles, make the styles match. I'll use Michelle as an example. So when Michelle added me to her bridesmaid, right, I was looking forward to styling her, like a privilege then, right? But then she didn't reach out to me until she sent a color to the group that people were asking what color are we wearing, and she sent gold and one thing like this, gold and black. I'm thinking, I screamed. I just angry. I entered a DM. I said, what's happening? What happened? What color is that? Gold and king. She was saying gold and, is it gold and white or something? I said, what is this? As in, I just said her DM. I said that we need to talk. Like, we talked for some few hours that night and we sorted everything. Am I lying? That's the power of a stylist. We don't know what it means, but it brings all colors together. Like the color your family wear, both family wear, what you wear. It's just a line. Do you know what I'm saying? Say preach it. I did it for our weddings. I styled up our wedding too, and it was really amazing. So that's what I do.
Media Biomi is my name. I studied mass communication in HOU.
Now you will not talk. You shut up. You will not talk. Taisha na you shout. I will shout for ourselves. Thank you.
Yeah, I went to HOU. The journey of mass communication for me was long because, first of all, after secondary school, I learned fashion designing. So I see a lot of fashion designers here, but it was not my calling, so I bailed on it. I dropped it for the owners, for those that own it. So because I got to discover myself that I'm more, I love to use my brain work a lot, my hands and all of that, and that's why I'm into editing, graphics, and some other thing, because I tried fashion designing, even though it was just for a short period of time before it's not for the faint-hearted. I was so but like I said, it was not my calling, so I bailed on it. My dad wanted me to be a medical doctor, but I bailed on that third term secondary school, SS2 third term. So I wrote GC then and everything. So I gained admission to OU, and then I lost it. So I had to start again, and that was what made my journey in OU 7 years. So I spent 7 years, for a 4-year course, because I had to switch to part-time later. It was a long story, so I thank God. But even in this period of what felt like delay to people, because I know that I was not delayed.
So you have forgotten.
Sorry, quote and unquote, because then the ministry started. By the grace of God, I have a ministry for ladies. So I'm a woman in ministry, and that's like the core of my assignment. So when I lost my admission, those 7 years I spent in school, God helped me to make massive impact. So I didn't count it as when you see your friends, getting married and stuff and all of that. But thank God, because even before I graduated, I wrote a book titled The Joy Capsule Book. So I thank God, because that book, it was more like the things I went through, how I navigated through difficult seasons despite the delay, and God still helped me to guard my joy. So that. So in 2020, I just went to Spirit of Life Church, because a friend of mine then came to my place. She was having a clearance then, and then she just played this man's message, Reverend Rex, and I loved the man. I was like, so I just love at first. At first listening, at first hearing. So I collected his messages and all of that. Then I began to follow him. I was like, this man, he should have an Instagram account. Let me check him out. And then later on, I discovered, after like a year of listening to him back to back, I checked him up on Instagram, and I discovered that he was coming. I didn't know he had a church in Ijebu Ode then. So I went for this church service, Spirit of Influence of the Spirit. So that was where I met someone who introduced me to someone that made me learn video editing then in 2020 during the lockdown. So when people were like, this and that, I was busy because I was investing in myself, spending money on a lot of stuff and all that. So I learned video content marketing in 2020, and then in 2022 I wanted to up my game, like get advanced. So I signed up for a free training. It was actually free, but then just for like 2 weeks or so. Then by the grace of God, I got a free internship to work with a photography and film studio. So that was where I learned cinematography. See my people here, and and video editing. Yeah, so I've been doing that. So so the 7 years rounded off from, started from 2015 and I rounded off 2022. So I graduated last year. Wow. Graduated last year. And it's been from glory to glory. Yeah, so not to forget, I write. I'm a writer. I think I said that before, but I send daily nuggets like on a daily basis since I started 2020 January 1st, and I've not missed a day by the grace of God. I send write-ups by the grace of, and now every single day, I thank God, and people have been reposting and reposting and reposting. Last year something happened, my Instagram account got hacked. Like it was not a good stuff. Let me just use that word, because I mean, all my write-ups, I was not even about the followers per se, but all the things I had posted, because you might need them, just to make reference to them and all of that. So everything just went like that because Instagram disabled the account. So this new account, that has been helping me, even though I've not been getting followers as much. But the most important thing is that lives are being blessed, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful for that.
When something happened repeatedly, it's no longer a coincidence. So it has to be a pattern. So I'm saying this to Michelle now, not because I want to flatter her, but because I want her to be aware of a particular pattern she has in her life. No, I'm serious. I want her to be aware of a particular pattern she has, especially when remind me your name again. Faye was talking about Michelle being her first customer. So it has happened to me repeatedly. I remember 2 years ago, there's this boom pattern Michelle has around her. That whatever she, not even influences, maybe let me say it personally now. It has happened 1, 2, 3. It's like a pattern now. I remember when I wrote my book, my first book, 2-3 years ago. Michelle was the first person that paid me for that book. And after Michelle paid, I did cool 6 figures in selling that book. So that's one. And going forward, when I started building credibility online, when I started organizing classes for people. There was a particular class I organized. I can't remember, maybe it's like a sales class or something. But there was a particular class I organized, and I tell you, Michelle was the first person that paid for that class. And after she paid, I had an influx of people. I'd done the class batch by batch, but that particular batch that Michelle launched, to me is a launch. To her, she just signed up for the class. So that particular batch that I had Michelle was and is still the largest batch I've had. So that's two. Then going forward, I remember doing, I wanted to, seriously, I'm not saying this to flatter you, it's something that has happened repeatedly. I typed, I deleted. I'm not a voice person, so I said, whenever I see Michelle, I'll say this to her so that she will be aware, because it's no longer a coincidence for me again, so that she will be aware of this pattern, and just give her a gift and say thank you. Okay, during my wedding, prior to the time Michelle came in again, I had received physical gifts. Like, Joy, báwo ni wedding process? Okay, we have 5K. Joy, báwo ni we have 2K if you are months. But I had not received any credit alerts until the particular day Michelle sent me money, transfer. And I don't know. Yesterday, I don't attend programs like this. But yesterday, my husband was asking me that you and this your Michelle. I said you cannot understand what. So long as whatever Michelle is doing, even if I will not, I just want to, because I have seen her impact in my life. And Michelle transferred money that as a wedding support. And I tell you, that weekend, I think that weekend I had transfers over 250K. Wow. Before she made that transfer, I had not gotten any transfer, but I had received physical, like we have paid 2,000. Okay. But after she made it, that's number what? The next one. No, I'm saying it so that it's no longer a coincidence again. It's a pattern. So the next one, when I started my physical business, I started selling gadgets. Prior to that time, I've not sold anything physically online before. So I started selling business. the week I started, Michelle reached out to me that she wanted the selfie tripod. I said, okay, no problem. She made payments. Before Michelle reached out to me, there have been inquiries. There have been people that said, okay, they want this, they want that. But I think I had to go back to be very sure that this was actually a pattern. I had to go back to my bank statement and I saw that Michelle's transfer was also the first transfer that came in. And so, I'm serious. After she made that payment, see, this might be unbelievable to so many people, but this actually, I was saying this one that no, this one is not a mistake. It's not a it just happened thing. It has happened to me too many times for me to just call it a mere coincidence. And so after Michelle was like the first transfer credit alert I got to launch my business. Wow. And in 6 weeks, I did sales of over 1 million. And I'm like, yes, this week when I was there, I said, what will I buy from Michelle like this? Because I don't know. So I'm saying this to you now so that you'll be aware of the, like, will I call it a boom effect? I don't know.
Buy oil.
So this is me saying to Michelle, thank you so much. And just for you to be aware that, I don't know, maybe it's only me, but when Faye was talking about Michelle being our first customer too, I remember that, no, I must also say this too. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm grateful.
You're welcome.
She now happens to be the convener of this.